I'm Max Gillies, but this should become less obvious as the night wears on. In tonight's program, we'll try to find out why none of the 250,000 new jobs have gone to the unemployed. We'll be examining the suggestion by the New South Wales Painters and Doctors Union that surgeons should put the government on the payroll rather than vice versa because of the savings involved. And we'll look at President Reagan's claim that taking out a contract on Nicaragua is legal as long as it's witnessed by a dentist or a JP. But first, a word from London, where Westminster is struggling to get something out of its system.
I deplore hanging. And we can't get the wood, you know. It has been said that executing terrorists attacks the symptom and not the disease. But what is the alternative? Execute Ireland? What would we do for gardeners?
And from the giant of British politics to the mascot of the Australian Liberal Party.
I never supported the death sentence for terrorists. Sonia still says I'm a terror on the telephone, and I'm going to live on and on and on and on and on. And I've still got the teeth I was born with.
Well, as the late, great Nurse Cavill once said, nostalgia is not enough. So, here is the news.
Good evening. And the nation tonight teeters on the very brink of chaos. Both major parties launched their policies during the week. The ALP policy, easily one of the biggest ever constructed, was delivered by the Prime Minister, Mr. Roy Orbison. And it steamed out of Sydney, portholes ablaze, flags flying, and the orchestra in the petty officers' bar belting out "Abide with Me" as if there were no tomorrow. They were last seen looking for an iceberg. The Liberal policy, au contraire, displayed immediate faults in the rudder division and spiralled across Port Phillip Bay in violent circles, all turrets firing wildly, the bridge shot away, and some very nasty scenes around the few remaining lifeboats. Onlookers were reminded of the initiatives of the Fraser government. There followed a period of 1 minute's silence while people tried to remember the Fraser government and whether or not it had any initiative. Police in Sydney believe they've tracked down the very elusive Lord Lucan, who's believed to have been in hiding for many years. He turns out to be a middle-order batsman in the Australian cricket team. Molly Meldrum's house was broken into late this afternoon and his phrase book was stolen. Police are looking for a group of semiologists who got the address wrong. And in a legislative quantum leap, the Queensland National Party has decreed that all AIDS victims will retrospectively be classified as homosexuals and stoned to death under medical supervision. Federal politicians were quick to see this in a broader context.
Sheep don't get AIDS. Think about it.
Mr. Hawke today refused to confirm or deny that Australian defence scientists are working on President Reagan's Star Wars outer space nuclear weapons program. But he did admit that he was eagerly awaiting Pentagon tests on the stump jump missile with the ring pull tab, the intercontinental ballistic Chico roll, and a laser cannon designed to hit that cold where it starts, in the cough control centre. The Premier of Queensland, Sir Cro-Magnon Man, has this week mastered the very difficult business of speaking through his ear. The Department of Main Roads has already begun work on closing the previous aperture and effecting repairs to the great man's trouser. Andrew Peacock flirted with common sense during the week while addressing a bus queue on the vitally important issue of the Senate referendum. If passed, said Reg Withers from behind a screen, it would make the Senate a mere echo of the government of the day. If we're not careful, we'll soon have elected representatives in the Parliament simply because they've been elected to represent the electors, which could easily lead to anarchy if that was what the majority of the people wanted. Alarmed by the attention shown to families by secular agnostic outfits like the Liberal Party, the Circus of God today outlined what it intends to do by, with, from, for and about your family, whether you like it or not.
We want this election to be a family election. And not just because of our family policies, such as trousers for dogs when ladies are present, or taking the locks off the bathroom door when puberty sprouts forth in young loins, or burning books in public places. No, No, we want voting to be a family event. No sexual intercourse for the parents the night before. Bums to mums, as I always say. Suits for fathers. No laughing among the little ones. And the mothers can help out by making jams and preserves. And when you're alone in the booth, with the implement gripped tightly in your fist, let God guide your fingers. I always let him guide mine.
And in sport, John McEnroe today criticised officials at the Swiss Indoor Tennis Championships when they fined him $175 for murdering a service line umpire. The angry Super Pits stormed off the court and renovated a locker room at a cost of $2,500. He then backed his car over a press conference and agreed to play a let. And now, by arrangement with just about everybody, we present the edited highlight of the first cricket test in Perth.
And, look what he's hit that out there. They're going to get a run. Australia's 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 got a run. It's got a run. That's a run, isn't it?
It's a run.
It's a run. Good heavens, Australia's got a run. Let's see that back. Look, what's the total? What's the total?
2.
Oh, you got an extra yesterday,
That's right, yeah.
And now, the answers to last week's quiz for all you people who entered were: question 1, a child of 3, a wire-haired terrier with a pencil, and John Howard. Question 2, a cricket test, all the others last 5 days. And question 3, Chrysler by Mitsubishi, Carlton United by Elders IXL, and the Australian Liberal Party by the Australian Labor Party.
Oh, hello, listeners. Yeah, you mightn't think there's very much to do around the garden at this time of the year. Everything's come up lovely. You've sprayed the weeds, you've napalmed the cooch. You made a nice little feature border out of the beer bottles. Nothing much left to do, is there, except stay awake. In case the children get a bag over your head while you're napping and talk you off to the Lady Fairfax Twilight Zone retirement village. Bugger 'em, I say. Keep alert. Keep moving. And above all, keep the insurance papers and the will moving around. Now, last week, listeners, you remember I suggested that you bury them in glad wrap down in the lucerne in the back of the potting shed. Well, they're going to be awake up to that by now, so this week I suggest that you seal them up in lead and you immerse them in a mixture of spa water, ammonia and 2,4,5-T down the back of the incinerator. Bugger 'em, I say. And just remember, listeners, you're always safer out here in the garden. If they come for you sudden like, you've always got a choice of weapons.
Don't forget, listeners, gardening, self-defence and do-it-yourself probate kit is available from an ABC marketing genius near you. Your special subject is the political philosophy of Ian Sinclair. Your questions starting now. What are 1 and 1?
They are numbers.
Correct. What is...
Block.
I'm sorry, what is...
Block.
I'm sorry, you'll have to let me finish. What is supply?
It's money the government needs.
What is the Liberal Party?
Government the money needs.
What is the Labor Party?
People who need the government's money.
What does the National Party stand for?
Just about anything.
Correct. This has been a paid political broadcast on behalf of the producers of Deliverance, written and spoken by Historical Accident, authorised by Mr Gerald Mander, Parliament House, Canberra.
The assets test represents the greatest single threat to personal liberty since the tariff on Milanese shirt ruffles. Let's take the average Australian male. He's retired, prematurely perhaps, and he's drawing a pension. Now, if he's lucky, he'll own his own home. Perhaps he's got a few flats in some of the other capitals for those overnight occasions. He might have scraped together enough for a holiday home by the waters, possibly a ski lodge. And if he feels part of the very land itself, a farm, or a farmette, really, with a lovely little Paysan-style weekender among the cypresses. But wherever he is, he owns nothing more than the clothes he stands around in. Often a few things in the wardrobe, of course. A dozen or so muslin shirts in the Florentine manner, the slashed silk doublet in burgundy with the ermine touches at the throat and the elbows, and of course the accessories, the top coat in damask with the flyaway panel, the spats, of course, doeskin in autumn yellows, the Lincoln hose with the William Morris motifs and the llama thigh boots with the ebony oak ankle supports. And what does the government do? It says you can't be presentable and draw a pension.
It says sell off the reindeer motoring gloves with the emerald inserts. Get rid of the embroidered silk choker. They take away a man's self-respect. And of course it's the same with women, except of course we're talking frocks. Remember, Liberal wants natural fibres next to your skin, and that's the difference.
Mr. Peacock's skin was by Erno Laszlo, hair by Steven Spielberg, lips by Devine, suits by Neville Chamberlain and Son, Savile Row, written, authorised, spoken without moving his lips by Senator Reg Withers. When in Rome, Mr. Peacock chooses to do as the Romans do. Peacock down over his bat again now. Badly needing a score here, Peacock. Been flashing outside off stump all morning. Bowler with him now, square cut, out, caught in the gully, good catch. Who is it? Is it Keating?
Keating, yeah.
Keating, my God, I never saw anyone move so fast to his right in all my life. Good catch, a very good catch from the bowling of Howard. Good God, how long is it since Howard took a wicket?
Oh, 4'9".
Could be all of that.
Australia isn't just a figment of the Prime Minister's powerful imagination. No, as our interstate Overwatch team has been discovering.
And what a week it's been. Beneath the still waters of the election campaign, the turbulent currents of local events have their knickers in a total twist. For example, what about the lost hero of White Australia, Michael Hodgman? We couldn't locate him, so we went to Tasmania and asked the neighbours.
There ought to be a law. Every year it's the same blessed thing. One day the radishes are coming up for air, full of optimism like. Next day there's a plague of feral canaries swooping over the ridge, frightening the dogs, savaging the radishes and picking out their vital juices. Still, I expect you don't want to hear about our troubles. You'd like the broader view. Why don't you go and have a natter to the Hodgman boy? Youngest of 14 and doing very well. He's over to Reckitt's Crossing, helping with the rat catching and sucking up to his electric line.
Now, as a decent, God-fearing Tasmanian, there's not a lot that you can tell me about the detection and prevention of foreigners. Now, our forefathers and their wife found a heap of foreigners here when they arrived, but they soon sorted this out, and things have been pretty tidy here ever since. Everybody's just gone on with the job of raising their children and their children's children. Just to mention one typical family. I mean, where else in the world could a decent, God-fearing, simple-minded, community-minded politician shake hundreds of paws every day, and never once shake hands with anybody who wasn't one of his wife's brothers, nieces or nephews? But I mean, we do know about foreigners, don't we? I mean, we have had foreigners down here once. Yes, I remember only a couple of weeks ago. A foreigner and his family came down here, but from Launceston, wasn't it? Came down from Launceston. Yes, but they wasn't related to anybody, was they? So, what did we do with them? We ate them.
It's even worse in Queensland. Minorities have a tough time there. We spoke to one of them.
Oh, right. Well, I don't need to tell you where I am. Well, not unless you've been at university all your life. Well, you can't see much with your head up your arse, can you? At least that's what our Liberals tell us. No, I'm in paradise up here in Queensland. But I tell you what, there is one serpent in this Garden of Eden of ours, and that's a mongrel honours system. I mean, I run the police force at a profit for years. I run myself off my feet, keeping my eye on myself at the racetrack. I pull me weight, right? And for what? Who ended up on the carpet with a royal cutlass whistling round his ears? Joe bloody almighty. That's who, not that I'm one to mention personalities. I'm as loyal as the day is long. And up here our days are no longer than they ought to be, and people might like to remember that. Well, never mind. Yours till Her Majesty pulls her finger out, plain old Russ.
In Adelaide, matters have come to a head. Our man in the South Australian Parliament with the bubbles up his nose reports.
Everybody here is terribly cross. I mean, wine and conversation have always gone together down through the ages, hand in hand like a couple of theatre designers, which is why everybody here is terribly aflutter over this new tax on wine. It could kill the art of conversation. I mean, if you can't afford wine, what on earth are you going to talk about?
You can't stand around bitching about the current director of the Arts Festival all evening. Send your donations to Pallet. That's people absolutely livid about tax extortion. See you at the barricades. I'll be the one in Burgundy. Peter Young, absolutely furious in Adelaide, China.
And Hawke, in conference mid-pitch there with Hayden, we've had 2 wickets fall since last we saw you. Chip came in at 1 for 17, was in all sorts of trouble early, then he got into worse trouble, and he was out.
Hawke ran him out.
Yes, there was a bit of a mix-up there, wasn't
Yes,
there?
he ran Bowen out too.
Yes, Bowett's been run out for a duck.
Yeah, the run was never there.
Why Hawke called him through, I'll never know.
No.
Hayden on strike now, the bowler with him. Oh, beautifully struck, Hayden. Well done. He's pulled that one sweetly through the gap.
Hawke hasn't moved.
Hayden's coming back for the second.
Hawke hasn't moved.
Hayden's out at the other end. Good God, what's Hawke doing?
Oh, he's calling for drinks.
And Hayden's run out. Oh.
Oh, Hayden's furious. He's absolutely furious. He's not even looking at
And a
Hawke.
bowling change. Button coming on at the railway end. Here's the danger man for Hawke. Who's that coming in?
No, looks like...
No, it can't be. Can't possibly be.
Yes, it is. It's Coombe.
Good God, they'll have to shift the sight screen.
The Costigan report and other vigilante actions have given us new insight into civil rights. Only the guilty have anything to fear, unless they're innocent, in which case they're in big trouble.
Good evening, male and female Caucasians. Senior Detective Sergeant Angie Dickinson here from the Dobb Squad. I'm very pleased to announce that we've had a record response to Operation Judas, our annual drive against drugs. Flushed with success, we're now launching our first annual drive against assets. If you have pensioners living nearby, watch them closely. Those late night walks, are they to the corner shop for a box of menthoids, or are they really illegal sorties to handy banks or bingo parlours? We want to hear about undeclared gold teeth, surgical aids, grannies growing lemon-scented mint in their backyards for profit, that sort of thing. We'll take action against this ratbag fringe. We'll put up a helicopter gunship over their houses and frighten the bollocks out of them. For all those people who've already called Operation Judas, you check for 30 pieces of silver as in the mail. May the force be with you.
Your subject is the findings of the Costigan Commission. Here are your questions, starting now. Are you a heroin dealer? This man is a heroin dealer. Last year, he made an estimated $50 million out of heroin. God knows what else he's involved in, possibly prostitution and money laundering. Who knows? On the other hand, he may not be involved in anything. It's difficult to tell just looking at him, but if you want to ring in and dump on him, by all means do. That's what we're here for. He can't touch you. It's all under privilege. He should have thought of that earlier. We certainly did. This has been a paid political broadcast on behalf of parliamentary privilege, written and spoken by Innuendo, authorised by $12 million, Parliament House, Canberra. And Coombe is out. He faced one delivery and was given out. He obviously didn't know why.
I have no idea what happened.
No, I haven't spoken to anyone who's got the faintest idea what happened. And what Hawke was doing bowling, I can't imagine.
No.
Mick Young came and went.
Hawke ran him out.
Yes, he played a delightful innings. What did he get, about 20?
27, then Hawke ran him out.
Yes, there was a bit of a mix-up there.
Then he ran Murphy out.
No, Murphy was caught, wasn't he?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's right. Who caught him?
Hawke?
As you probably realise by now, there are 2 ABCs. The new ABC is thrustful, provocative, relevant, and almost unbearably aware. The old ABC used to manage quite well with the news and half a dozen old black and white movies for recycling on Saturday nights. But for those of you who enjoy both, the Gillies report is proud to bring you an example of the new nostalgia.
From Thailand to Queensland, from Queensland to the Melbourne docks to the bottom of the harbour, that was just normal business practice. Meanwhile, at Casanosa, some turned a quick dollar, some spent their twilight years in the sun, and some lucky ones gambled the sultry nights away.
Who feels happy?
We feel happy.
How happy?
Way happy.
That's the way it's gonna stay, so knock on wood. Who feels lucky?
Real lucky.
How lucky?
Way lucky.
Costigan's pissed off again, so knock on wood.
Rick, this is a check from Monsieur Packer. He lost heavily on the table tonight.
there's a rumour going around the Peninsula for block supply.
That's not a rumour, that's a fact.
But look, I'm the leader of the coalition.
Now that's a rumour.
Here's looking at you, kid.
What time is it, dear?
Well, you'll have to ask the assets inspector that one, dear.
Why?
Well, he's got my watch.
Small business, eh? Times are tough for you people.
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
Not again.
It's not just for me you're playing it, Sam. It's for them. For all Australians, men and women, children, adults, tourists, dogs. Now just remember this, I'm no longer on the piss. I laugh and then I cry. The fundamental facts apply as time goes by. Don't bother me with crime. I haven't got the time to argue or deny. Charisma is the old standby as time goes by. Doom and divisiveness, all out of date. No more discussion, no more debate. The country needs a man who's everybody's mate, that no one can deny. I've issued a directive of you, it's in respect of. Just trust me, don't ask why. Consensus is what makes me high as time goes by.
Elections could get even duller as time goes by.
Of all the channels and all the TV sets in all the world, he had to walk into ours. And while we're on the subject of reruns...
Do you park in a driveway full of beaten-up Renaults with inflammatory bumper stickers?
Do you wear earth shoes?
Are you a social worker with a full set of Red Gum albums?
Do you think animal liberation isn't doing enough for sardines?
Are you a closet Democrat? Ladies and gentlemen, Don Chip.
I'm here. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you can move mountains. Your own personal mountain. And it might seem like a goddamn molehill to you, but if we all move them together, we get a damn big molehill. Look, we've all raffled our Range Rovers and we've sold goddamn Lamingtons, and we're buying uranium back from Pakistan, France and Libya and Israel and Taiwan, and we're shipping it back to Australia and reburying it in the same holes it came out of. And landscaping over the top with Australian native plants. We're more anti-nuclear than anybody. We're post-anti-nuclear already. Oh, for God's sake, don't damn well split the anti-nuclear vote. Are there any goddamn questions?
Don, have you got any policies that do not involve inland waterways?
Oh, hell, we've got policies, Paul. We've got policies here. We've got a policy for every man, woman, child and puppy dog in Australia. No, I weep, Paul. I weep blood. Every time I see one of our kids, one of the millions of our kids with a puppy dog, one of the millions of our puppy dogs, and I ask myself, what can I do? I answer, bran. Natural roughage. You know, 9 out of 10 damn dog foods don't have natural flavour. Let's give those puppies and our kids a future. Dozens of bran-fueled power stations. Bran in one end, our kids' future out the other, Paul. And that's gut policies, Paul.
What about getting the kids some jobs?
Oh, yes. Damn it, Michelle. I know what it's like to be out of a job. But I didn't just sit on my backside looking craggy. No, Michelle, I had a vision of me with a job. And I got it. And that's what I say to young Australians, Michelle. You can change the world. How? By keeping the Senate exactly the same. By voting Democrat, damn it! Look, a hell of a long time ago, I said, keep the bastards honest, right? Put the Democrats in the Senate, and you did. And now look at us. We're the bastards now. I mean, damn it! We treat the Senate like it was a private PR firm. I mean, we set up kangaroo courts. We let the tax dodgers get away with murder. And that makes me damn angry. Here! That's why we need more Democrats in the Senate. To keep us honest. And the next time we'll need even more Democrats to keep those bastards honest. And that's what it means to be a Democrat, Michelle. Thinking ahead.
So what's your vision of the future?
Hope, damn it. Hope. But I mean, I had hope. But you just look around you, Paul. Something's dying. Do you know, every time you say, I don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies. Even goddamn Tinkerbell's dying. But you can save her, children, if you believe. Well, when I say, do you believe in fairies? Tell me yes. Do you believe in fairies? Yes. I can't hear you. Yes. Louder. Yes. Yes, damn it. Yes, damn it. You did it. We all did it together. And I see a new Australia someday, full of solar-powered bicycles. Someday, full of natural fibre. Someday, I wish upon a goddamn star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. If bluebirds fly over the rainbow, why then, oh, why can't goddamn I?
But what do real people out there in the real environment think about Don Chip?
A truly caring, sharing person.
Yep, some people are born caring and sharing.
Absolutely, but even other people achieve caring and sharing. Don't you agree?
Totally, basically. And some people have caring and sharing thrust upon them.
Yep. And then they spread it all over everyone else.
And it's good night from all of us here at Gillies. But before we go, the supplementary answer to last week's quiz was the federal election. All the others keep you awake. And the winner is Malcolm Fraser. The others quit while they were ahead. Good night.
Well, love it or hate it, you can see another Gillies report next Monday night at the later time of 9:30. Stay with us on ABC for Ride On Stranger, which is coming up in a couple of minutes.